welcome to season 2, episode 1 of the Prolific Shift Sunday Sit Down. I decided the other day that this was season 2 when Lance had the idea, and I was like, yeah, sure, it's season 2. And part of that is I like seasons, and seasons not necessarily being winter, summer, spring, fall, winter, spring, summer, fall. No, but seasons being just different times in our lives that require different needs, different people, and different questions. So this set of questions that are coming up for these next few months are different, and I have thought about them already. In case you don't remember, the Prolific Shifts Fellowship is a space that's created for Black educators and Black leaders in education to engage in personal and professional growth and development in ways that center and honor and support the Black experience. And this aspect of Prolific Shifts, the Sunday Sit Down, is for anyone who's ready for a shift as in ready to bring intention to changes in your existence, like in your day-to-day life. And so in this space on most Sundays, I offer a question and action item. And these are things that I do myself and I'm just in the spirit of sharing. So that being said, let's go ahead and get started. This week's question is, how do you intend to center collective care in this season? And that question, you could argue that it's leading and or loaded, but really it's to think about just how and where collective care lives in your world. So one of the things I've been thinking about a lot lately is like what it looks like to resist the sort of Western impulse and wisdom, the Western drive towards individualism, which I think is something that some people hold dearly, but our ancestral wisdom or some ancestral wisdoms really favor collective care. And when I think about that, and I think about that as like probably more realistically what it looks like when we're functioning at our highest as communities, that collective care is more appealing to me. And I also know that there's a certain amount of self-awareness and self-seeking that really also makes that a higher functioning way to exist too. So with this question, I started to think about this a lot, like from a couple different angles. One, my good friend Anita has some Instagram lives, and her question of the year for this year is focus. And it was so much about being in alignment with your assignment. And I don't know if she explicitly said it, but a big part of it was not doing it alone, and being in the process, being supported by others in the process. So I was thinking about it from that perspective. And then a couple weeks ago, I had the honor to officiate the wedding of two good friends, Brandon and Sally. And one of the things that was interesting about that one, I've known them for a while. I knew them before they were in relationship, and have known them as they have been in relation, as they have grown in relationship. But I had never seen them with both their families together, and that was such a rich experience. And I think part of what was rich about it, and Lance is my partner. Lance and I were talking on our drive home from Georgia about how powerful it was to see all the love and support and care in that space. And you can love, I guess, you can love without support, but man, how powerful was it to witness collective care in that space and collective support of their love. And so I really started to think about this season in my world and, different decisions I'm trying to make. Just how I'm thinking about myself and my goals. And I found myself starting to make some goals that were like, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. And part of it is probably uh always seeing when scrolling social media, people say, "New year, new me," or "This year is personal." And just having that subliminally in my mind. But I made a very intentional shift to think about, all right, here's something I'm thinking about. Here's something that's on my heart. How are others engaged in this with me? Or how does where does support of others matter most, and what does that look like, and who do I imagine as those supports? So and not just with the people who support me and care about me, but I work in schools, right? So in schools, like, you're with the collective, you're with the community. And what does collective care look like on a day-to-day in my classroom? What does collective care look like in a faculty meeting? And that's like a little part, but so all aspects of our world could benefit from imagining or envisioning how you can intentionally build in this ancestral wisdom in those spaces. And then more than anything else, it's also about like not just when you're working, especially for folks who are not defined by their work or who don't feel that it's a vocation or calling. There's still so much, I hope, outside your house, or sorry, outside of work, in your house, in your interior experience, where you can be thinking about what you can continue to learn from others, like what care you need. And so that leads us to the action item for this week, which is to bring intention to your being and your needs in explicit ways this week and consider how others fit into your growth and care plan. So part of this is assuming that you might create a growth and care plan, which is in no way a requirement. It's a way that I function and something that kind of helps me to just, again, it's about intention for me. When we're not intentional, I think there's a greater chance that we just kind of let life happen to us. And for some people, if that's your MO, do you. No hate here, but that's not how it works for me. But that first part, that bring intention to your being and needs in explicit ways this week, as you're at home with your loved ones, be thinking about like how it feels to be you in your body and what you're needing from yourself, from others. If you're a person who's going to work, or even if work is remote, then be thinking about what that feels like. When is your energy high? When is it not so high? What are the spaces where you could use some help? Especially if you just go ahead and acknowledge that. Where are the spaces where you're taking up too much space or taking up space and you don't know why? Where are the spaces where you need to take more space in the spirit of collective care of a greater good? So think about that. Think about that in a big way this week. Like when you're connecting with people on social media, where are you feeling energized? Where are you feeling connection and care? Where are you not feeling it? And what does that mean for you this season? So think about those. Remember, the question is, how do you intend to center collective care in this season? And if it turns out that in your reflection, the answer is that you're needing to center something else and that's more peripheral, so be it. Just name it and call it that, and be aware of when or if it changes or needs to change. All right, y'all. So it's good to be back on here and looking forward to these next couple of months. And I'll talk to y'all again soon. All right. Peace. Well, I said I'll talk to y'all like we're on the phone. Hey, I guess I'm getting comfortable here. I look forward to creating another video soon. All right. Peace, y'all. If you liked anything you heard, please don't hesitate to comment, like, subscribe, or support in any of these ways, and especially through your love and care. Peace, and I'll see y'all again soon.